Well, hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of... What are we officially calling this? I think I've just called it WWE with the other guy this year.
Yeah, WWE 04. Like, unless you want to come up with a pithy name.
I just end up calling it, like, on YouTube or whatever, it's just WWE with Puddy, because inevitably we'll get to, like, 2005 and stuff, and then I won't want to be, like, WWE 05. Like, people will be like, the fuck? Is this a different thing? I don't know. I always just think of it as, like, people are, like, super fucking stupid. So, I don't know. Is that wrong? Did I assume people who watch my content are stupid?
I mean, it's a little mean.
Just kidding. I love you.
Yeah, we could come up with a pithy name for it that we just don't use in the titles. You know, it's like the Ruthless Aggression era, right?
It's where it all begins again. It's the... I think we debated at one point on calling it, like, the prequel series.
I don't think we ever debated on that, but that's a cool idea.
It's not a prequel, though. That's the thing.
Well,
so.
It technically could be.
No, I don't want to hold us to that. Jesus.
What do you mean? I mean, it wouldn't be that hard. I mean, especially if we don't finish like close to 2016, right? I mean, it's not like unless we do something crazy by the end of this, like John Cena's dead or something.
Who the fuck knows? Anyways, we won't bother getting that. Welcome to Backlash 2004.
Backlash.
It's the first Raw exclusive pay-per-view of the year. It's the fallout from WrestleMania, and we've got some stuff to catch you guys up on, our YouTube-only viewers. So we had the WWE draft. What were the biggest events that came from the WWE draft?
Well, there's a couple of things. One thing is that the WWE draft is going to be is being done a lot differently this year. So we had we have a kind of a draft period where people can be traded back and forth, and that opened on the night of the draft lottery, and it will close this evening
at midnight.
At midnight, yeah. So this is deadline day, and all trades have to be finalized by the end of the day. Now, the draft lottery was huge. The trades that went on during the draft lottery were some of the biggest we have ever seen. Now remember, the draft lottery doesn't require anything for value. It's completely random, based on the matches of the night. And we saw Shelton Benjamin going to Raw, splitting up the world's greatest tag team. Rob Van Dam went to SmackDown, a former World Tag Team Champion in his own right. Tajiri, one of the strongest cruiserweights in the division, went to Raw. Molly Holly, a high-level women's wrestler who is a former women's champion as recently as WrestleMania, went to SmackDown. And then the two big ones, the two seismic shifts, Paul Heyman went to Raw, the SmackDown general manager, and Triple H went to SmackDown.
And yeah, so since then, SmackDown's more or less been a lawless wasteland involving giants chokeslamming people off of car parks.
That does happen, but that's for the Judgment Day recap.
yeah. Well, we'll maybe we'll just leave it at that. Just know SmackDown is in a weird state right now, where possibly its new leadership is beginning to form, or has formed by now. But you know, we'll see you next episode for that. What's been going on Raw since Triple H left?
Well, a lot of evolution, just being a lot more free than they previously had been. Batista has been a more prominent, has had a more prominent role, as Randy Orton got pissed off at the Hurricane for being a constant thorn in his side and sent Batista after him. Now, unfortunately, we learned, because we haven't got to see a lot of Dave since he joined Evolution, but with Triple H gone, we're now getting to see exactly who Dave Batista is, and he is pretty fucking stupid.
Yeah, he might have some problem. We might have to like teach him something, like bring somebody in to teach him general concepts.
Because when Randy Orton told him to go and find the Hurricane, he took that incredibly literally.
Yeah, there was footage on Duty.com recently of Dave Batista in Florida looking around, like looking at the sky, you know, like out on a boat, looking around, you know what I mean, trying to find this hurricane. Unfortunately, it is not yet hurricane season, so we'll have to wait like 2 months or so for that.
Yeah, and then Eric
Yeah, poor
Bischoff luckily
Dave.
was on hand to help Dave out and put him in a match
Yeah.
at Backlash with the Hurricane.
It was that moment Dave Batista. Actually, no, Dave still didn't realize that the Hurricane was a person. Who knows how this is going to go tonight, possibly.
Jazz has been on one of the most dominant streaks in the women's divisions over the last few months, and she's taking on Nat Hart for the women's championship.
Yep.
Vitamin C, of course, had their various kind of breaking ups over the WrestleMania period, where they were.
Do you remember at WrestleMania? Yeah, there was the mixed tag team match where Christian teamed with Lita to face Chris Jericho and Trish Stratus.
Indeed, and after that, they both figured out that they were better together. But what happened the next night on the draft lottery episode is that the girls said that they wanted to find out which team was better, and that's why we're having tonight the Battle of the Sexes.
Indeed, we also have the World Tag Team Championships, the champions coming out of WrestleMania, Rob Conway and Rene Dupree of La Resistance, taking on the world's greatest tag team.
Yeah.
You want to explain the world's greatest tag team coming back together?
Well, immediately after the draft lottery, Shelton Benjamin kind of moved on, and he got into a tag team with Booker T. And they were actually doing really well, working their way back up the card. And Charlie Haas was not very happy with his tag team partner being gone from SmackDown. And so he managed to engineer a trade over to SmackDown, where Shelton Benjamin was just granted a tag team title opportunity and chose Charlie Haas rather than Booker T, who immediately got drafted to SmackDown.
Yeah, it's a rough world out there. Finally, we have our two biggest matches of the evening. We've got in a no-holds-barred match, Randy Orton, the Intercontinental Champion, the leader of Evolution, taking on one of the many faces of Foley. Actually, probably not the most unhinged, but the most violent compared to his... he's probably the most violent in correlation to his sanity level. Like, because if you think Mankind is the most, like absolutely insane one, yeah, Cactus Jack is just kind of a sadistic son of a bitch. And so, yeah, we have Cactus Jack challenging for the Intercontinental Championship against Randy Orton. It's the fight. It's the last fight, more or less. You know what I mean? Like, it's all been building to this. These two, it's in its most purest form, Evolution versus all the people who have fought against Evolution. You know what I mean? Mick Foley's very much the heart and soul against that group. And Randy Orton, its new leader, going head to head. And finally, our main event tonight, lovely, where are we in Mexico?
Guadalajara.
Yeah, whatever he said. Anyways, we have the World Heavyweight Champion, Eddie Guerrero, taking on the man with big gold, Ric Flair. So on Raw, Ric Flair and Eddie Guerrero started their conflict initially with, Eric Bischoff announcing that Triple H would be the one facing Eddie Guerrero. Eric Bischoff obviously not coming to terms with the fact that Triple H no longer works for him.
Yeah,
so
I don't think Eric still hasn't come to terms. I think at one point Triple H was the number one contender to both the world title and the WWE title.
Yeah, he was. That was a week, wasn't it? That's fucking weird. Anyways, from there, Ric Flair took it upon himself to decide who in Evolution would get the shot, as he's kind of the elder statesman of the group. And he said it should be Randy. Randy should be double champion. You know what I mean? He should be the face that runs the place, if you will. And so, from there, Eddie Guerrero stole Ric Flair's phone. And the next week, we found the result of that. Went through some images that were produced on the Titantron. It was discovered that Eddie Guerrero had sexual intercourse with Ric Flair's mother.
Oh,
and Ric Flair was greatly taken aback by this. My God, what a terrible thing to do to somebody. Eddie Guerrero, realistically, doing everything possible to fuck with Evolution. Ric Flair then went backstage and talked to Randy Orton and asked him if he could be the one to fight Eddie Guerrero. And Randy Orton quite famously said, "If one of us wins, all of us win." The nod of confidence Ric Flair needed to go and take the match. And so Ric Flair kind of got retribution of his own 2 weeks ago when he stole big gold from Eddie Guerrero. And Eddie Guerrero, as good as lying, cheating, and stealing he is, he's not been able to steal back the World Heavyweight Championship. Ric Flair is just too devious. He's too cunning. He's too experienced, I guess, would probably be the best thing to say for Flair. And yeah, that's led us to tonight.
Those are the matches. I think there were a few minor issues to go over, such as Matt Hardy continuously insulting local sports teams.
Yeah, Matt Hardy's just got a problem in general with sports teams. I don't really know what his deal is. Nobody really seems to know what his deal is, to be honest.
Kane still continues to be a little unhinged because The Undertaker may or may not be dead.
Yeah, Kane's kind of just running around, setting things on fire on and off. I mean, it's about as concerning as it sounds.
And then finally, Shawn Michaels. Well, Raw viewers wouldn't know this, but any smart WWE fans who watch Thursday nights would know that Shawn Michaels appeared on SmackDown this week, so he's not on the card tonight.
Yeah, if that means what we think it means, we're looking at a very different WWE, a very blue-heavy WWE. Anyways, you ready to get into it?
Yeah, let's go. Backlash. I mean, if SmackDown have all the stars, let's see how the first foreign pay-per-view of the year does.
Let's do it.
Oh, check out my melody.
Jesus Christ. Okay. Anyways,
this is a match that could main event WrestleMania, Tucker.
It could. It could, like 5 years ago.
It could right now.
It could right now, couldn't it? Unfortunately. Ric Flair, Eddie Guerrero, we get the hype package, covering basically all the stuff we told you earlier on, as we, have some fucking boom boom.
Well, here's the
pyro.
Yeah.
Yeah, the pyro goes off. Jim Ross and Jerry Lawler welcome us all to Backlash 2004. It's going to be a fun fucking ride. Strap in. We're opening up with the Batista taking on the Hurricane. I just said the Batista.
The Batista.
The Batista. I kind of like it.
I kind of like it too. Oh my God, that's got to be Batista.
Opener. Does all right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty good chemistry. Lifted the match. Subpar wrestling. Little heat. Shh. Batista defeats the Hurricane in 650 by pinfall with a spine buster. Jesus, this power bomb. Boom, clatters him down, spine buster.
The beast has been unleashed.
The animal unleashed. He's kicking ass, taking names. I want to say a big win here for Batista, but I don't know, man. Like, the Hurricane, he's shown he's capable of things, but like...
Here's why this is a big win for Batista.
Shoot.
Because he has almost been defined in his run so far as being either a lackey or a tag team partner. And this was a singles pay-per-view win for the animal.
Yeah, he did it on his own, too, with only minimal help from Eric Bischoff to be like, no, that's the Hurricane. He's like, how? Like, he's like, it's a dude? What the fuck?
I identify as a Hurricane, Dave.
Oh, thank you. He's like, this makes things much easier.
Ric Flair did some good work at ringside.
Yep, Ric Flair cheered his boy on at ringside.
As he holds up the World Heavyweight title.
Yep, he holds up Big Gold the entire match. The coach says you could buy the new Rest in Peace Hurricane t-shirt.
Oh my!
You just go ahead, sir.
Okay, so yeah, Eric Bischoff is backstage, and he's like, Paul's not here tonight. He doesn't have a visa to come to Mexico. But every Monday night...
We should just state that Paul Heyman and Eric Bischoff are acting currently as, like, co-GMs somewhat of Raw. They're sharing the power right now. I don't think we explained that.
Indeed, we did not. So. That's a good shout. And he says, well, I'm not happy. I'm supposed to be the guy here on Raw, so I need people who are loyal to me. Evolution, they're good friends, but I don't think they'd have my back in a crunch. That's why I'm hiring my new assistant. Come on in, young man. And then Johnny Blaze walks in, and they shake hands. And he says, "Thank you for the opportunity, Mr. Bischoff."
Somebody was like, actually, at that point, Jesus.
I don't know.
Oh, fair enough. Moving on.
Yeah, so the Dudley Boys defeat regular tag team Reich to Censor.
Yep, the Reich to Censor pick up an L here, courtesy of the Dudley Boys.
It's a shame they've been building so much momentum lately, but let's see how they. Let's see how they roll from this.
Yeah, well, we'll have to just figure it out.
So Rick is backstage, just hyping up Orton, saying, "You got this, champ, you got this." And then Batista walks backstage and says, "I defeated the Hurricane."
They both turn, look at him, and they're both like, "Yay, Dave, you did it!" Thumbs up.
They give him the thumbs up, yeah.
They giving him the thumbs up. You did it, Dave. Dave's gives the thumbs up back. He's like, "Yeah."
Good luck in your matches tonight. And then he leaves.
They're both just like,
man, if he wasn't so big.
But say, Orton just looks at Flair. He's like, "How did you guys hide this from me? I didn't even know he was this stupid."
You gotta understand, little man.
Yes. Big money. So Matt Hardy comes out and he insults the city of
Guadalajara.
Close. I don't know. It's what happens when you don't choose an American or Canadian city. I have no idea where the fuck we are. Much like Matt Hardy, who comes out and says that the...
Wait, I got an idea. So Matt Hardy says that he's been listening a lot to La Resistance talking about the European Championships this summer and thinks that Mexico has no chance in this summer's European Championship.
Matter of fact, I don't think they're even going to qualify.
Oh my!
All of a sudden, Tajiri's theme hits. Out comes Tajiri and his translator, Yosuke Wally Yamaguchi.
And Tajiri, who is a big fan of baseball, has a baseball bat that he hits Matt Hardy with.
I like to think Tajiri just crawls into the ring, kicks Matt Hardy in the head, and Wally says, translated, "Fuck you."
Just to explain, one angle that we forgot to mention is that over the last month, Johnny Ace has seen Tajiri as a big star and has seen fit to hire him a translator.
Which is the lovely man here, Wally Yamaguchi.
Wally Yamaguchi.
The wall.
The wall.
The wall. Yeah, it's just alright, I think, in my book. It's a fun little segment.
Yeah.
Moving on. Oh, hello.
Women are just better.
Yeah, women are they just happen to be better, yeah. Apparently, Trish is actually really bad at wrestling compared to Lita.
Some people would agree.
Lita gets those bonus points for attempting to break her neck every match.
They just fucking. I think Christian just gets destroyed by Lita the entire match.
He's just like, wow. Yeah. Yeah, this did alright in my book. Good. You got anything to add to this?
No, I don't. Oh, well, I do. Jericho is wrestling in a very shiny jacket for the entire match.
Yeah, it just looks like a new attire, I guess, or something like that. Jericho also hits the lion salt to the outside as it's his hot new move.
Yep. On Christian, probably.
Probably a Christian by accident.
So afterwards,
here we
Christian gets on the mic and says, "Chris, we may have lost, but we're together. And you and me, we have the best discussions. And you know what? I don't even care that we lost, Chris, because throughout all of this, I thought maybe at the end of it, we might not be together. And I'm just glad to see that we are going to be discussing topics forever." And Chris Jericho has this big grin on his face, and Christian smiles back at him, and then Jericho starts to unzip the shiny jacket, and Christian raises an eyebrow. He's like, "Chris, are you okay?" And he keeps unzipping the jacket, and Christian's like, "Chris, talk to me here." And Jericho's still got this big shit-eating grin on his face. And Christian's
like, "Oh God, he's having a stroke."
"What are you doing, Chris?" And then Jericho takes off the jacket, and underneath is a SmackDown t-shirt.
Oh my. The children cry in the front row. There are people clutching their hearts. Oh, it's so sad for everybody except for Chris Jericho, apparently, who just
Jericho does a lion salt to the outside, he lands on his feet, and like just walks off.
Walks away.
Yeah.
Yep. And all the people are like, oh, actually, yeah, it's good to me. Johnny Ace says, Eddie, you know, you're here and you're in your element. You're here with your people. You know, how are you feeling about being here in Mexico to fight Ric Flair, Eddie?
You know, Johnny, I'm feeling real good because that punk, Ric Flair, doesn't know what it means to walk on the mean streets of Guadalajara. And tonight, in the main event, I'm going to show him what it really means to lie, cheat, and steal your way to success in this business. Ric Flair ain't got nothing on me. The shit he's pulling off is petty crime. I'm going to show him what it means to do some grand larceny. Tonight in the main event, I'm taking back that title.
Oh.
And then Kane beats Johnny Blaze.
Which means the greatest angle of all times, but to present itself. All of a sudden, over the comms, whose voice is that? Oh my god! Oh yes, Kane! Hell is coming! And Kane's like, Dad? It's like, what the fuck? And he's like, and Kane stops and thinks, oh god, he knows who this is. The Undertaker's set to return sometime this week.
Oh no.
The Undertaker isn't dead, is he?
But he buried him alive!
He buried him alive. Lost his hurt momentum more than usual. Okay, Paul.
Buried him alive! He starts to go mental.
Kane kicks over the stairs. He rips apart the desk. And Johnny Blaze is kind of just like sitting in the corner of the ring, watching all this occur. He's like, what the fuck? Kane causes fire to explode from the ring posts. And Johnny Blaze is like, oh, fuck that. I'm getting out of here. No, that's spooky as fuck, man. Fuck this. He's obviously petrified. Kane is just unhinged. He wanders off into the crowd and he feigns like attacking pedestrians. He's like, ah! He's dead.
I buried him alive.
And the last we see of Kane is he runs out of the arena, looks back and forth, and then runs out of the arena.
You know, I want to put out there, this segment got a 36, and Tucker knows what's coming. Who's getting added to this?
I do know who's adding this. It's going to be so fucking based. It's going to be so fucking based. So Cactus Jack is backstage. And he's basically just talking to the camera. It's just a promo. And so I was trying to like think of some kind of like cool place I could put him. I'm like, I can't even really. Cactus Jack isn't known to like hang out in a boiler room like Mankind. He doesn't have his love shack like Dude Love. Cactus Jack is just as bare bones possible. He's a tough son of a bitch. And so when Cactus Jack speaks, it's very deliberate. Cactus Jack talks about how Randy Orton is a $1 million baby, and he was raised in wrestling. And Cactus Jack wasn't raised in wrestling. Cactus Jack was Mick Foley's cry for help. In the darkest hour, Cactus Jack was the one who took Mick Foley to the place where Mick Foley couldn't take Mick Foley. Cactus Jack is the one who threw himself off the ring every single fucking night, landing on concrete, pure concrete, by the way, no mats, giving an elbow drop to people. Cactus Jack is the reason why my hip is all fucked up. Cactus Jack is the reason why I move my arm in a certain way. Shooting pain shoots up my elbow into my arm. Cactus Jack is the only reason I'm in pro wrestling. Cactus Jack is the reason I got here. And now he's going to be the reason why Randy Orton goes away. Bang, bang.
Bang, bang. This match, oof. There were some rumblings in the on the dirt sheets that this would be an event tonight.
There were, yeah. There were rumblings that Eddie Guerrero would open
the show.
Fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Fucking Dave. I don't know what the fuck he's reporting.
Jesus. Yeah.
Yep.
Gore.
Yep.
Excited rhino noises.
Yep. Rhino beats Billy Kidman with the gore.
These two have been drafted to Raw in the past month. I know you may be used to them being on SmackDown. They are now on Raw.
I don't think any of them have appeared on SmackDown pay-per-views, so I would forgive you for not knowing.
Sure. They did it! The boys did it in an abysmal match!
World Tag Team Champions! They did it! The world's greatest tag team champions.
Hell yeah!
Cowboy Dupree are just like...
Fifi, no!
Fifi. Fuck. State of Fifi. Anyways, moving on.
We have the SmackDown recap where there was this week on SmackDown there was a WWE Championship match between Rey Mysterio and Triple H, and Shawn Michaels posed as a cameraman all night and nobody noticed until right at the end when he killed Triple H, and then Mysterio hit Triple H with a splash, and then Shawn was at the entrance ramp just smiling as Triple H was seething, and that's the SmackDown Slam.
Crazy shit's happening over there. Thank God we're not running that show. They got too many assets over there, you know what I mean? Not enough room to build new stars.
Hell yeah, like new stars like Cactus Jack and Ric Flair.
So a video is shown to promote Nat Hart.
Oh no! Oh no!
It's time to give up.
No,
dude.
it's not! Nat Hart is awesome! Let's move on!
This is a failed project.
You'd love this on Heat. That'd be a great rating. See? It's great. Great. That Hart defended the title.
So great. Alright, moving on.
Business is picking up as Lita comes out to confront Nat Hart.
Oh my!
Lita looked good.
Oh my.
And then here we go, a video recap of the entire feud.
Yeah, starting last year even. In the summer. We recap the Royal Rumble, we recap WrestleMania. We recap all the beatdowns Mick Foley's taken to the point now where he's finally snapped and summoned Cactus Jack to make Randy Orton go away.
And does he?
Does he? Oh
yeah. So before the match, Jerry Lawler and Jim Ross are like, okay, folks, we got to give you the official warning here. This match is going to be no holds barred, and these two have been going at it for a long time now. This is personal. This is going to be bowling shoe ugly. And I would recommend that if you have any young family members up late watching this here pay-per-view, that you come back in about half an hour to watch our amazing main event with two wrestlers who wrestle a very beautiful game. This next match, this ain't going to be beautiful, King. And I recommend that we take our headsets and commentate this from the back. And they get up and leave.
Jerry Lawler's like, ha-ha, you don't have to tell me twice, JR. Ha-ha. That's the noise he makes. He's Mickey Mouse, basically.
Okay.
And here we go. When Mick Foley and Eddie Guerrero tonight end the Evolution Nightmare. Hell nah, go fuck yourself.
What a match.
In a good match, Randy Orton defeated Cactus Jack in a no-holds-barred match. Thank you, game. In 23-19 by pinfall with an RKO. Randy Orton makes defense number 6 of the WWE Intercontinental Championship.
I think we can basically say this is the same match as in real life, and if you want to know what happened,
Yeah.
go watch it. Yeah.
Yeah, straight up. Like, pretty much everything's just been built pretty similar to this. Like, I mean, maybe the build's different, but I think even the match at the pay-per-view is called Cactus Jack versus Randy Orton, right?
Yeah, Cactus Jack's definitely the guy. Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Yeah. Orton does it. Somehow. We still get, like, the exact same...
Barbie, right? That's the finish?
Yeah, which looks kind of jank, but whatever. It's the thought that counts, I think.
Maybe we cut a few of those stupid RKO into thumbtacks moments.
Yeah, we could just have like Mick toss him into the thumbtacks or something like that.
Yeah,
because again, my favorite point about that is what was the best that was going to happen? Like, he was going to get a couple in his chest, and you were still going to get a whole bunch in your back. Like,
so Orton. Also, one change is that afterwards, when Orton's like escaping with the belt, instead of Rick, it's Big Dave picking some tacks out of his back because Rick's getting ready for the main event.
He's like, "Come on, Randy."
Why is he Johnny Ace now?
I don't know. Johnny Ace comes out and helps Orton in the back, takes the tacks out of him. He's like, "Come on,
Randy.
Come on, Randy. We gotta get you out of here."
Moving on to this. Go ahead, Tucker.
Yeah. So Ric Flair is approached by Amy Weber. She says, Ric Flair's like not even like looking at the camera, like he's back turned in his robe. She says, "Ric Flair, what are your thoughts heading into tonight?" And he dramatically spins around, holding his robe open, with big gold around his waist. And he, closes the robe back up again. And he says, "Amy, tonight is the night of the dreamer. Tonight is the night that you build your career around. Here I am, 59 years of age."
I don't think he's not that old, is
he?
He
is. Yeah, he is. Yep.
59?
Yeah, he's 59.
Holy shit.
Yep. And he says, "And I am." No, he's not 59. He can't be.
71 minus 16. 55-ish. 54 to 56. Somewhere in there.
He's 54 then. That's where I have it confused. Why did I have 59? He retires at 59, doesn't he? Or something like that.
Probably. That's true if you do the math. But yeah, 54 is still really fucking old.
Yeah. And he's like 54 years of age and the world heavyweight champion. And Amy's like, "Yeah, but Rick, you're like not world champion." And he's like,
he points at the like nameplate that still says Eddie Guerrero.
Rick's like, oh shit. That is not the important piece here, Amy. The important piece is that I took something that Eddie Guerrero loves. I took the thing that he has worked so hard for. The means that I did so don't matter, because Eddie Guerrero went and made this personal." And he looks straight in the camera and he says, Guerrero, I took your belt because you fucked my mother. I understood for a little while what a desperate lowlife such as yourself would come to. I never thought it would be this far. And that's fine. You ride around in your lowrider. You ride around with your, $50 jackets? $50. That's a nice one. Huh? What'd you have to do? Put down a fucking second mortgage for it? Let's be honest, Eddie. You try to live the extravagant lifestyle. You try to live the style that only somebody like Ric Flair could live. You try to live the style where you talk the talk and you walk the walk. Well, brother, I'm looking at you. You're doing no talking and you're barely walking, especially after tonight. Ric Flair is a symbol of excellence. Ric Flair is a symbol of pro wrestling. And this belt proves it. I've got diamonds on my fingers. I've got this bleach blonde golden hair. And now, thankfully, I've also got gold around my waist. And it doesn't matter what that nameplate says underneath. It's coming off at the end of the night anyways. Woo!
You know who else isn't doing a lot of walking? Rick's mom. Someone's trying to get hold of you.
Yeah, it's weird. I haven't heard a home phone ring for like months now. Like, I was literally like for like a second, like, what is that in the background? Like, I literally have no idea. Now the answering machine is gonna go. So,
you're getting drafted to the military, Tucker.
Is it finally happening?
Let's move on.
It sounds like nothing. It sounds like they're not actually gonna leave a message, so we're okay. Yeah, let's move on.
They're back.
Yeah, JR and King are like, I don't know why we had to be backstage for that promo, but only now I guess we're coming back. Sorry, everybody.
And then Lawler looks at the destroyed announcer's table in front of him. He's like, "Oh, okay, well."
He's like, ah! Like, he makes one of his noises.
Well, folks, that was Bold and Shoe Ugly, but this is going to be beautiful. As two of the most decorated pro wrestlers in all professional wrestling are going to have a hell of a match tonight, folks.
Let's pray they do for our sake. You ready to do it?
If you are, I am.
That did all right.
Okay, yeah.
In a match that had superb wrestling and great heat, Eddie Guerrero defeated Ric Flair in 30:06 by pinfall to Frog Splash. Eddie Guerrero makes defense #1 of the World Heavyweight title.
Eddie Guerrero, it just bursts into a groundswell of emotion as Eddie Guerrero picks back up the world title, a title he hasn't held in 2 weeks, and he celebrates up on the ropes, and the confetti starts to rain from the sky.
And Rick rolls out of the ring, and he's kind of like, like he's hurt his neck, kind of maybe, and he just points at Eddie, and he's like, "It's not over, Guerrero. This isn't over. This will never be over."
And then, as Rick leaves,
Rick's like back way up the ramp,
and Triple H comes down. He kind of looks at Rick, and Rick looks genuinely surprised. And then down goes.
He looks really happy, though.
He does look really happy. Although, you see a little edge of uncertainty in Rick's eyes before he leaves. And then Trips gets into the ring and stares down Eddie Guerrero as the show goes off the air here in Guadalajara, Mexico. What does this mean?
What does this mean?
And did any other trades get done backstage? Find out this week over on twitch.tv/Manzanero.
Hell yeah.
That's Backlash.
That's Backlash.